not one, but two instances yesterday, one for the Bengals and one for the Indianapolis Colts with Jonathan Taylor, who dropped the effing ball right before the goal line. That is one thing I will never, ever understand from any football perspective. You are holding on to that football until you are in the back of the end zone. What are we doing out here? My dude, like that's a high school.
Oh, that changed the game for me, Tom.
Yeah, I would say
that was a big one.
I'd say so.
And of all the players, Jonathan Taylor's one of the last ones I would have guessed might make that mistake. And I mentioned it in the recap last night. Like, for a veteran running back to do that, a guy who is, used to scoring touchdowns. He hadn't fumbled hadn't lost a fumble in 2 years. I think it was his first fumble of the season. Okay. So ball security, great. We've seen Jonathan Taylor be the best running back in the league. So for him to make that mistake, it is as rare of a play as you will ever see, because Bengals, that's a defender, right? It's a defender running into the end zone. He's trying to do whatever. Yeah. I get a defender getting too excited. They don't get into the end zone very often. And the other situation, usually like a rookie, right? A rookie, maybe he doesn't score much. Brutal. It's his first NFL touchdown or two. He fucks up, but Jonathan Taylor, and that changed. It changed the game.
Yeah.
Not that the Broncos did anything with that, Tom. They went 3 and out right after that. Just, here's the greatest gift the football gods can glaze upon you. How about we do nothing with it, is what the Broncos offense said. But it took 7 points off the board for the Colts, and I think in the grand scheme of the game, that probably makes a difference. I don't know if the Colts get desperate and try to run a trick play that leads to a Nick Bonito pick 6. But I will forever be grateful to Jonathan Taylor. In Indianapolis, the Colts, just in general, continue to give to the Broncos. So many great gifts they've given us. John Elway, Peyton Manning, and now a winning season for the first time since 2016, and a 91% chance to make the playoffs. So thank you, Indy.
Dude, Bonito is having the year of his life. Bonito, season of his life, dude. You remember when you drafted him? Because that was a draft where you didn't have any early picks, right?
Yeah.
He was, round 3?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I literally called you. I was like, dude, I think Bonito's going to be pretty damn good, because I was like, I'm so happy that he is having the season he is having for you guys, because he seemed like a really good player coming out of college. And now, dude, another pick 6.
He's the first guy since TJ Watt to have 10 plus sacks and 2 defensive touchdowns. JJ Watt. Sorry, JJ Watt. 10 plus sacks, 2 defensive touchdowns in the same season. It wasn't a pick 6. Technically, it was a fumble recovery because it was a backwards pass, which is just a stupid stat.
Stupid.
If you catch the ball in the air, it should be an interception. But yeah, that basically ended the game. The Broncos win was so nice because obviously if they lost, they dropped down to 52% chance to get in the playoffs, which would have tied them with the Colts. The win knocks them up to 91. The Chargers lose, so we jump to the 6th seed in the playoff seeding. And the defense, they gave up a touchdown on the Colts opening drive. After that, they did not give up a touchdown. The points the Colts got were one of them definitely was good field position. So the defense was great again. And we adjusted without Levi Wallace, but also Anthony Richardson, who looked great on the opening drive. Like, man, I don't know what to make of Richardson right now. And I'm saying this in a game where I watched Bo Nix throw 3 horrible interceptions.
Sure.
Okay. I'm not saying Richardson's better than Bo Nix or worse than Bo Nix. But if I'm a Colts fan, I'm starting to ask, like, when's it going to come together for Richardson? And I know I'm only saying this off of one game, but it was concerning. Another, sub 50% completion day for Richardson. Indy just, their offense couldn't get anything going like the Broncos. And Denver wins that game 31-13. And I think if you didn't watch the game, you'll see some highlights and be like, Broncos dominated that game. We were trailing all the way until the fourth quarter. And the third quarter was just, it felt like last season as a Broncos fan. We did nothing. And every gift we got from the Colts, we squandered. And Bo Nix was just making god-awful throws. And then we scored 21 points in the fourth quarter, and it feels like nobody can fucking beat us because our defense is awesome. Pat Surtain is awesome. Yeah. Nick Bonito's awesome. Jonathan Cooper's awesome. Will Lutz has been money. When the Broncos go to the playoffs, if we get bounced in the first game or if we get embarrassed in the first game, it's because we can't run the ball for shit. And I think that's one thing your Packers have done so well over the last month. And even like last night, it wasn't like Josh Jacobs was, destroying the Seahawks in the run game, but it's you trust your line. You're handing him the ball a lot, and you're just chipping away at your opponents. And the Broncos, we can't do that. We don't stay committed to the run. I don't know. That's what scares me.